Blessings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Woo Dogs, Pots, and Politics. I'm your co-host, Mr. Charlie, and I'd like to bring to the stage the king of the kitchen, the Barack Obama of the cooked llama, the Biz Marquis of the baked ziti, the Petey Wee Straw of coleslaw, Daewoo Gina Tay Babe. Shut up! All that noise. Let's start the show.
Why put your foot on the brake? Either you first or you late. Niggas are hate. You see it on their face. They don't want you to be great. They want to be in your place. Know it's a stake. When you go after the plate, make sure your family's straight. Do what it takes, nigga. Not on heels with capes. Do what it takes, nigga. Not on heels with capes. Do what it takes, nigga. Not on heels with capes. On my own time, really vibing in this bitch. I see y'all niggas trying to survive. I'm really vibing in this bitch. I'm out of line, but mine's like mine. They find it's hard to box me in. Through the cracks, you step on that, I blow your minds back out again. I'm tripping. But shit, that's just what happens when you grow. Niggas trying to eat my food, probably cause I am the GOAT. How you mad I'm getting busy, dog? I swear you do the most. See a snake off in the grass, now I'm changing my approach. Let it breathe, bro. What you need, ho? Heard you fuck the city girls, bitch, we weave those. Say I'm unbelievable, but you twerking for your budget. Heard you got your OnlyFans, but none of them fans won't be your husband. Whoa, I ain't judging, everybody gotta eat. Whether it's a 9 to 5 or you belong to the streets. Yeah, my palms need that grease, tryna pull off in the drop. I ain't fucking with these dots, shoot they shot, tryna come up off the top. Just be bang bang, got that pop slang. Roll one, let my chain hang. Just no plain Jane, ASAP. Bro's been rocky, I switched off the main lane. What's that? Folks wheeling on my niggas lane change. Why put your foot on the brake? Either you first or you late. Niggas that hate, you see it on their face. They don't want you to be great. They want to be in your place. Know it's a stake when you go after the play.
Stop on the ride. Stop on the ride. Stop on the ride.
Oh, nice to finally be out the hood. Out of the hood, cause I'm cooking. See, life is so fine. We sipping on wine. Yeah, I could be out in the neighborhood robbing someone just like you, but instead I'm up here baking bread and barbecue. So let's make the most of this beautiful time with your favorite chef who can dance, bust a rhyme. Would you be mine? Yeah, you is mine. It's time to cook, my neighbor. Yeah. And welcome to another episode of Woo Dogs, Pots and Politics, where we talk about the world events from an urban perspective while I cook up that lean cuisine. Nah, I mean, and I say that nah, I mean on purpose. Today's is Level Up Lasagna, because we have to level up like levels in life. I told you it was good. You knew he was going to talk about it. The level of dudery that's going on in the world. I can't believe old boy just murdered 6, 7, 8, 9 Asians and trying to play it off saying that he's mentally ill and had a sex addiction, and this is why he got that glorious treatment from that sheriff down there. Had it been anybody else, would the treatment still would have been the same? Wait.
A 21-year-old man is being held in the murders of 8 people at 3 massage parlors in the Atlanta area. At least 6 of the victims were Asian women. The violence has sparked questions about curbing the discrimination and violence against Asians that has escalated during the coronavirus pandemic.
Can somebody please tell Mr. Charlie what is this world coming to? Right. And what about that killed his whole family over a stimulus check?
about a mass shooting this past weekend that left 4 people dead, including a 7-year-old girl. Investigators now say a domestic situation stemming from an argument over a federal stimulus check may have led to that gunfire. Police say Malik Halfacre shot and wounded the mother of his child and killed 4 members of her family Saturday night at a home on North Randolph Street.
We know who that was. It's sad that that goes on in society the way that it does, but you have to know how to level up. And that pots and politics, we level up because we fight for truth and justice in the American way. And just like it keep on being all this evil in the world, I'm going to keep combating that evil in the world in this kitchen by loving y'all, cooking for y'all, and giving all praise to the Most High. So now, let's get into all of the ingredients we're going to be needing today.
Now, Wu Gina Tay Bay, the sun to shine upon you. Now it's time to make the level up lasagna. First of all, you gotta pull yourself together. Go out and get you some ripe green peppers. Don't forget to brush your teeth and wash your face. Gotta get fresh tomatoes to make tomato paste. Nachos, Doritos, Cheetos, and no Funyuns. Gotta grab you a fresh bag of onions. Yo, black man, start get up off your knees. Run to the store and get some mozzarella cheese all the way down south up to New Jersey. Gotta rock ground beef, rock the ground turkey. No dogs in the house, no time for petting poodles. And don't forget to get you some lasagna noodles. Once you got all this, it's like peace be upon you, because now it's time to make the level up lasagna.
We got the ricotta cheese, but what I did with the ricotta cheese, though, I smoothed it out even more so that when I lay my layers down, it'd be nice and smooth. Right here, we got ground turkey, but this ground turkey was soaking in a little bit of lemon, and it's been soaking all night in a packet of onion soup. Okay, then you got your onions and everything. All right, so we're not gonna go over this joint 2 and 3 more times. We're gonna start getting busy. So of course you know we got the magic grease off the tiznop. Pull the magic grease up in here. Yeah, that magic grease. Y'all know I'm not gonna rock without it. That's how I get down. And we're gonna take that magic grease and we're gonna add just a little bit of the onion in there. Just a little bit. Y'all, stay right there. Do not move. Yeah. And I told you, we also had some green peppers, and we also had a little bit of red peppers, and we also had a little bit of bell pepper. And we're gonna add some of that in there too. Yeah. And then that turkey meat that we had, we're gonna add that in there. That's been sitting and soaking up that pack of onion soup for that flavor. And we're gonna let that brown. We're gonna let that brown. Now while we letting this cook up and brown, let's go over here to the sauce real quick. Now, what I did that you did not get a chance to see, I took some tomatoes and I took some little bit of peppers and I took about a couple of teaspoons of ketchup and I put it in a blender and I blended it until I got this consistency. I didn't put all of the tomatoes in there that I had diced up, so I had left some of this diced tomatoes that was left over from when I made the tomato paste. Some of that same diced tomato, just for the flavor, is going to go into the meat while I brown it. Okay, not saucing it up yet, but just adding the tomatoes in it, just a little bit, just so that when I brown, I can make it be fly for you. Yeah, man. I can't believe it. Every time it seems that we have or a killing or mass murdering or serial killing mass murderings done by Caucasians, the media paints it as mental. But it also seems that when other minorities do murder cases, some within the same frame, scope, and style, they're not given that option or description. They're straight murderers. They're straight evil. They're straight wrong. The way that we have a dual court system, a dual justice system, a dual way of looking in society of when different cultures do things that's wrong gotta stop. If America is truly about justice and equality for all. Think about that. Anyway, let's get back to what we doing. So now, got my little plate. You feel what I'm saying? And I said feel, I didn't say you know what I'm saying. We're gonna check out this ground beef, done browned up just right. This ground turkey, excuse me. You can tell that it's ground turkey because if it was ground beef, I would have never ever added magic grease because ground beef makes its own grease. So I had to add magic grease because I'm using ground turkey that's been marinating in lemon juice and onion soup packet. Okay, so now this is brown, but it's not all the way brown. And I don't want it to get too brown because like I said, I want to cook it in the sauce as well. So now we're gonna add some of this blended from tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic. I did put some garlic in me and a little turmeric too. You know I don't like to tell y'all all my secrets, but I'm being nice a little bit. And we're gonna let this simmer. Now, check this out and get the knowledge. If we was doing this old traditional way, it'll take almost a day just to cook the sauce by itself. I don't know if you got that type of time, but I don't. So we're gonna just let this simmer for the sake of the show. And while this simmer, it's gonna simmer for about a good, like I'm gonna say 10 or 15 minutes. But at the end of the day, we not gonna cry at pasta politics because I'm gonna end up cooking it some more in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna turn the oven on and I like to turn it up to, I'm gonna say 375. And boom, we're gonna turn it on and let the oven preheat while we got everything going the way it's going. Now, as you see, we got the sauce looking right. I'm gonna let you look at this sauce real good one more time. Pay attention to how well that sauce looking. You feel me? Yeah, I'm gonna bring it on low. I'm gonna bring the burner down a little bit. And while that's doing that, we're gonna get at this pan real quick with these noodles. Now, when you're making the level of lasagna, your first level is just a little bit of sauce because it's really noodles is your first level when you're making lasagna. But you gotta do a little bit of sauce because you don't want the noodles to stick to the bottom of the pan. And like I told you before, you don't have to boil the noodles. You only do that because you used to see your grandma and them do it. You ain't gotta do that though, all right? All you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, comprende? Yeah, there you go. It's just put them right up in there dry. Yes, this is the first preparatory level of the level of lasagna, leveling up. Okay, dry. It'll be just fine like I told you. Put it in dry. Stop crying. You're gonna be all right. Yeah. Yup, just like that. Okay? Then we're gonna put a little teeny weeny whiny bit of this ricotta sauce that I actually blend. When you use ricotta cheese, you know it's clumpy and it's kind of stiff. So what I like to do is beat it a little bit, just to loosen it up, just to make it a little bit more workable for what I do. Now, let me tell you, in that beating process, sometimes I might add a little something to it. You know I'm secretive about my cooking, but I think I might have would have had added some eggs to this. I might have had added a little bit of butter. I can't remember. I might have had added a little bit of milk to this, just a little bit. But at the end of the day, like I told you, how I do mine. Now, I'm gonna put just a little bit more sauce on top of this. Yes, I am. I don't care, because I can do this leveling up how I want to level it up. This is how I level it up. Yup. You know, to kill your whole family over a stimulus check, it says a lot about the state of the world of where our people is at right now. This pandemic has drove a lot of us crazy. That's the whole point. No jobs. Some people's family has broken up. There's been a lot of things going on since the pandemic. And you have to be strong. You have to be strong to make it through that. You know? I say that to say this. You gotta put that cheese in your life. And I don't mean cheese that you see me sprinkling. I mean cheese on being able to cheese through this things that you see in the world. Sometimes you're gonna have to smile and laugh to keep from crying, God. And they used to call that cheesing. You know how they say, when they say cheese, and they say, you know, black people show their teeth. They always grinning and smiling. You know, you can't have it both ways. Either we're gonna be angry and try to defend ourselves from the attack and persecution, or we gonna smile, dance, laugh, and pray, and try to be peaceful as we try to think and figure this out. You know, a lot of times, racism comes out of fear. You treat people a certain way, and then you be afraid of what they gonna do, if they gonna ever wanna get revenge or retaliate from the years of wrongdoing and abuse. And because of that fear, you never stop. You don't stop persecuting and doing wrong. Even though your offspring may want peace, love, and don't want no wrongdoings, and actually wants to cohabitate and have love in the world. But because of their forefathers and because of the benefits that they get from their forefathers, they are judged for that. And it's a shame, because it's almost like a never-ending cycle. Like, it keeps on going. It keeps perpetuating. And it's finally now getting to the point where it's tearing the country really apart. It was always bad for the country. It was always bad for the country. But now, it's crazy. It's I can't even explain it, you know? Black Lives Matter, come to find out, they got raised $400 million, and a lot of that didn't even go to the community to help the people that was marching it for. It's a shame that the people who died, parents had to take Black Lives Matter to court because you exploited the death of their family for your own financial causes, to end up sending it to a party instead of the people. A government party instead of the people. I want you to look on the side of this glass so you can see the levels of how we leveling up. See how we leveling up? We gotta level up to combat evil. We gotta level up to fight for justice. We have to level up to unite as a community so that we can get everything on and popping. This is what I mean when I say just like it's levels to lasagna, it's levels to life. I mean that. I mean that thing. I mean that. And you see how I'm doing this? Just taking my time, stacking my stack. Now I'm gonna show you what I be doing that be different from other people. How come pots and politics is often imitated, but never duplicated. Now this is the last level, John like. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that onion, some of that pepper blend on top. Yes, I am. You ain't never seen it done this way because pots and politics always add a little bit own way to it. Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna sprinkle some of them crushed tomatoes on top too. Yeah, I'm getting down with mine. Your grandma can't see me. Not your auntie. Not even your husband or your boyfriend who went to culinary school. I'm gonna tell you why they can't see me. Cause I can't even see me. Cause a lot of times when I'm cooking, I'm making it up as I go. So even I don't even know. But I do know at the end of the day, it's gonna be disco. It's gonna be so fresh. Yeah. Now you know you gotta keep it easy because this will bubble right out of the pot. Especially when that ricotta cheese rises because you done put egg, butter, and milk in there. Whoa, I just told you my secret because I done poured egg, butter, and milk in there. So what we gonna do to stop that is we gonna cover this up real tight with aluminum foil. Aluminum foil. So now I gotta do some camera magic while I wrap this up in aluminum foil and get ready to tell you some more about what's going on with my commentary. So my magic spoon, you know how I do with my magic spoon, right? Abracadabra. So Mr. Dawu, Gina Tay, Javis Warren, Shadonda Warren, Bay Esquire, whatever your name is, can you please tell Mr. Charlie how you came up with the concept of level up lasagna? A crime minds want to know. The way I came up with the concept of level up lasagna is as such. Such as levels there are to life, such there's levels you are with lasagna. First level of lasagna is when you put that meat sauce in that pan. The first level of life is when you are born. When you're first born, you're a young little baby. The second level of lasagna is when you put that cheese on top of that meat sauce. And the second level of life is when you start to grow up into being like a pre-tween. You know, you're not a baby anymore, you're a child, you know, on your way to teenagehood. Then the third level of life is just a third level of lasagna when you put that ricotta cheese on there. Because you got to rock that ricotta cheese or you ain't got no lasagna. Some people say, I put the ricotta cheese on right after I put the meat sauce on. It doesn't matter how you do it as long as you do it the way you like to do it. But it does matter how you live your life. And the next level of life is when you become into your young adulthood. You are an adult, but you still don't know everything. You still have another level to go to learn about being an adult. That's the same thing when you put this other layer of noodles on top of that ricotta cheese right there to make that lasagna come out and shine the way you want to shine. Like the next level of life is when you now start learning about being an adult. You're older now, you're an adult now, you're making your way within this world. Hopefully you're trying to be successful. Hopefully you have a family. But these are the levels of life, like there are levels of lasagna for if you want to be successful and a productive member of the society. Just like you want to have a good entree to serve to your friends and family. Oh, by the way, will you please stop boiling your noodles before you put them into the lasagna? You don't have to do that. Put them right in dry like how they are as noodles. There will be enough moisture through the baking process because of the meat sauce and tomato paste and everything to make that lasagna noodle come out tender, just like the way that you want. Stop watering it down by letting the noodle suck up water first by boiling it in the pot before you put it into your lasagna to bake. You don't need to do that. You're messing up the style. You're messing up the swag and the flavor, yo. Just let it go dry and just let it bake right out of the box, and you will see it'll turn out just as good, soaking up that sauce to become tender instead of soaking up that water. Same thing about life. If you grow up and you want to be wavy and you want to be fly, don't want to be saucy, you don't want to be watered down. Dawu Shaheed, Dawu Gina Tay Bay, Dawu Woo Dog Pots and Politics. All right, this is the bonus round. It's not really necessary, but it's optional. You could cook your lasagna with the aluminum foil on all the way through. Or you can take it off for the last 10 minutes and cook it to get brown on top. This is how it looks when you just take off the aluminum foil, like how I did. Now you could just leave it on if you wanted to and cook it all the way through. But I want to show you how it looks when you take off the aluminum foil, which I did, and cook it for that last 10 minutes to get brown. All right, it's showtime. It's showtime. We done cooked it for the 40 minutes with the top on, and then we took the aluminum foil off and cooked it for 10 minutes with the top off, and look at what we got. What we got. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We got that level up lasagna. Level is life. Levels to life, levels to lasagna. And you already know my motto, no matter how hood we may seem at Pots and Politics, we always bring a level of professionalism to the plate. Yeah, boy! It's time to eat! All right, it's recap time at Woo Dogs, Pots and Politics. You know how we do after every episode. And what did we talk about today? We talked about the injustice and the inequality of when they're labeling people and the crimes that they do. And the injustice and the unfair treatment of the people depending on the race and culture in the so-called equal all American justice system. We talked about that man that killed 8 Asian or 9 Asian women, and how they're labeling him mentally insane. Well, of course, I would not think someone in their right mind would do that. But at the end of the day, make sure it's like that all the way across the board. We also talked about the man in Atlanta who killed his whole family over a stimulus check. That goes to show you how bad this country must be when people are killing their families over stimulus checks. For whatever reason, it's unacceptable in this country that's supposed to be so great. That's a fact. I love this country. I'm indigenous Aborigine from this country, from the Republic of America, you know, and if we are going to be a united state, we're going to have to be united all across the board, financially, educationally, justice and equality, truth and justice in the American way. That's what it's supposed to be. So let's get into that. We talked about the levels of lasagna like it's levels of life. And I told y'all, we talked about how you don't have to boil them noodles. Put them in the pot the way that it is. Listen, this is a real life and time historical day to be alive that we living in now. You're going to see a lot of things before it's all over. Take them into your brain mentally, sort them out spiritually, and in a positive physical way, live your life learning from these things, growing and excelling to success. And like I always say, always do the right thing. Not because it's the right thing to do, but because it's in you to do what's right. Woo doggy dog. I love you all. Pots and politics.